How can you evaluate an algebraic expression? Let's find out. Eric collects miniature cars. He has one large case that has 20 cars. He also has 3 same-size smaller cases filled with cars. Let n equal the number of cars in each smaller case.
Remember, a variable can represent an unknown number or any number in a set of data.
Then, the expression 20 plus 3n represents the total number of cars that Eric has. How many miniature cars does Eric have if each smaller case holds 10 cars? 12 cars? 14 cars? Follow the order of operations when you evaluate an expression. Let's look at the expression. 20 represents the number of cars in the large case. 3n represents the number of cars in the smaller cases. What do you need to do? Evaluate 20 plus 3n when n equals 10, 12, or 14. To evaluate an algebraic expression, use substitution to replace the variable with a number. Substitute 10 for n. 20 plus 3 times 10. Why do you multiply 3 by 10 before you add 20? The order of operations says to multiply first. 20 plus 30 equals 50. If each smaller case holds 10 cars, Eric has 50 cars. Now, substitute 12 for n. 20 plus 3 times 12. 20 plus 36 equals 56. If each smaller case holds 12 cars, Eric has 56 cars. And finally, substitute 14 for n. 20 plus 3 times 14. 20 plus 42 equals 62. If each smaller case holds 14 cars, Eric has 62 cars. Each evaluation of the expression is the same because 3 is multiplied by a number and then 20 is added to that product. How is each evaluation of the expression different? The value substituted for the variable changes, so 3 is multiplied by a different number each time. The table summarizes the values of 20 plus 3n for each number of cars in a smaller case. Do you know what the numbers in the second column represent? The values of the expression when n equals 10, 12, or 14. They represent the total number of Eric's cars. Can you tell what the numbers in the last row mean in context of the problem? They show that Eric would have 62 cars if there were 14 cars in each of the smaller cases. Now you can evaluate an algebraic expression.
Evaluate the expression 50 minus t when t equals -10, 20, or 25. Then complete the table to show the values.
Now we have t in our table here. They show all the different values of t. So we're going to use each one to find the total value. So we have -10. So we're going to put -10. And so 50 minus -10. And as I've shown you before, I'm just going to use another color to show this. When you have a minus and a negative, you just turn it into a plus. And now you have 50 plus 10. And so 50 plus 10 will give us 60. And now we move on to the next value here. And the next value is 20. So we're going to take, and let me just add 60 up here. 60. And then we're going to do 20. And 50 minus 20 is going to be 30. And so we're going to put 30 up here. And then the last one is 25. So we're going to put 25 here. And then 50 minus 25 is 25. And so we put 25. So now we have solved for each of these three values of t to get the different values.
Jasmine's family took a 4-day trip. Jasmine's mother wrote an equation to calculate their gas mileage, M, in miles per gallon. Let D equal the number of total miles driven on the trip. Let G equal the total number of gallons of gas used for the trip. The equation is M equals D divided by G. What was the gas mileage for the 4-day trip?
Step 1 says to identify the values of the variables D and G. So D is the number of total miles. So we have total miles as the value on the other side of equal sign. And G represents the total number of gallons of gas. So then you have G on the other side of equal sign after all the values. So the total miles is all of these. All of that's there. And you add it up, that gives you D, which is 1,560. Then you have all of your gallons of gas, add it up, and it equals 60. Step 2 is to substitute the values of the variables. So this is the equation they gave us. M is equal to D over G. And so we know the value now of D and G. And so we divide it and we get 26. So 26 is equal to the M, which is the miles per gallon. Let's look at try it.
Evaluate the expression for the given values. Part A. 150 divided by the quantity 2 times A plus B, for A equals 5 and B equals 12.
150 divided by 2A plus B. So A is equal to 5. B is equal to 12. So 150 divided by 2 times 5 plus I'll make those brackets, plus B, which is 12. And then we evaluate. So we have our brackets, and then inside of that is 2 times 5. 2 times 5 gives us 10 plus 12 divided by 150. Okay, then we have to do multiplying or dividing left to right. So we have 150 divided by 10, which gives us 15. And then we have, I'm going to write it over here, 15 plus 12, and then 15 plus 12 is equal to 27. So our final answer would be 27. Then we have the second one.
Evaluate the expression for the given values. Part B. -7 times x divided by 5 minus 2 times y, for x equals -5 and y equals 4.
-7 divided by 5 minus 2y. X is equal to -5. Y is 4. So we're going to substitute our variables. So we have -7 times -5 divided by 5 minus 2 times 4. So now we evaluate using order of operations. we'll do our multiplying or division first from left to right. So starting from the left, we have negative 7 times negative 5, and a negative times a negative will give us a positive, so that would be positive 35 divided by 5 minus 2 times 4. Then next we will do 35 divided by 5, and that will give us 7 minus 2 times 4. And then next we have 2 times 4, and then that's going to be 7 minus 8. And then 7 minus 8 will give us negative 1, and that will be our final value.
A contractor wants to tile a 52 square foot area with square tiles. Let S equal the side length in feet of a square tile. Use the expression 52 divided by S squared to find the number of tiles the contractor needs to buy.
You substitute 2 for S, and so S to the power of 2 is part of the expression, so it becomes 2 times 2. That's 4. 52 divided by 4 is equal to 13. So the contractor needs to buy 13 tiles.
Evaluate the expression for the given value of the variable. Part A. Negative 3 minus c squared, for c equals 4.
So we have c is 4, so we are going to rewrite the expression to show that 3 minus c, not c, I'm sorry, 4 to the power of 2. And then we evaluate that. We have to do exponents first. 4 times 4 is 16. And so we have negative 3 minus negative 16. And then you go ahead and then subtract those two numbers, and you get negative 13. And then we're going to look at, that'll be negative 19. And then we're going to look at B.
Evaluate the expression for the given value of the variable. Part B. Negative 4 times m cubed, for m equals negative 2.
Negative 4m is negative 2 to the third power. So we have negative 2 to the power of 3. Negative 2 times 2 is going to be positive 4. And then 4 times 3 is going to be 4 times negative 2 is going to be negative 8. So we have negative 4 times negative 8, and then negative 8 times negative 4 is going to be positive 32.